Just explain to me what you're seeing.
It's kind of like a mustardy colour with red bits running through it. Okay. And it winds. And I can always see that it leads on, but I can't see the end.
Do you want to go down it?
I've been following it on my cloud.
Right.
I'm going through it.
Describe to me what you're seeing.
It's sheer. It's darker colours. Dark, like rain falling through it. And you look up and see the drops of rain. Like a fine rain. It's not dark, like a midnight blue. I feel like it's light above my head.
Right.
White light.
So as you look up, can you see this light?
Yes.
Alright, so do you want to carry on through the tunnel?
The light's more interesting.
Do you want to go towards the light then instead? Just see what images you get there.
The light's like a volcano pointing down out of the sky. They're all white.
Right. Is it moving or is it just stable?
It irradiates light, sparkling around it.
Do you feel like you want to go towards it or just observe it?
No, I want to go to it.
Okay. When you get there, tell me what you're feeling and what you see.
The light's becoming more of a cobalt blue. It's enticing. It's like a sparkly edge around a black hole.
Right. Is it still like a pyramid then, or has it changed now?
No, it's like the edge of a volcano, the mouth of a volcano. And as I look in, the lights go up inside.
Right. Where do you want to go next? Do you want to go and investigate?
Yes.
Just tell me what's happening as you're doing it.
The lights go up, it gets narrower, it's tall, straight up. Giving a start.
So you're in the universe, are you?
Yes.
Do you see the universe as dark or light?
It's a combination. People.
You seen people there?
Yes.
When you say people, do you mean like humanoid shapes? Or?
Humanoid shapes.
Okay.
Silhouettes.
It sounds beautiful.
I feel immense.
Are you still in humanoid shape or have you changed?
I feel like I've just blown it open and I'm miles big. Wow.
Just going to give you a moment to enjoy that.
Feels like home.
When you say it feels like home, is it home?
Yes.
Yeah. So describe to me what you're seeing now.
Oh, beautiful colours. Like nebula. I feel people. I feel souls.
Is that the souls that are with you that you can see, or is that every soul in the universe?
I can see some, I feel millions. Oh, wow.
So what form are you in now? Are you just a light, or what's happening if you look at yourself?
I'm like a little star. I've got a bright core and I radiate. Just radiate out all the way, every angle.
So the other stars that are in the universe, are they the same as you?
Some are, some aren't. It feels that there are loads and loads around, thousands, who are little stars, some closer than others. And then there are others who take on a shape, a humanoid type form, and it seems to be that's their way of highlighting themselves, drawing my attention to them.
Right, so the humanoid shapes that you're seeing are stars. Why are they trying to get your attention? What's the connection?
People I know.
Okay. So the people that you love, are they from the planet Earth?
Yes.
You know them from there? Okay.
Yeah.
So they're showing you that they've gone to become stars. Okay.
My parents.
Do you want to go over to them and communicate?
Yes.
Who do you want to go and talk to first?
They're together.
Oh, are they? Okay. And when you say they're together, are they one star, or are they two separate stars but close to each other?
Yeah, two very strong stars next to each other.
Okay, so are you with them now?
Yes.
And what do you want to say to them?
Thank you for everything they did. Even though it fell on deaf ears sometimes.
What was their reaction to that?
Smiles, no, 'cause they knew. Loved me anyway.
Oh. So what's happening now? Are you just hugging each other?
Yeah. They're well, they're whole, they're healed.
Okay.
They're happy.
I'm happy to see you as well.
Yeah. I'm pleased I made it. But they're telling me I can't stay yet.
No. No, I'm just going to leave you there to enjoy their company. Okay. I'll leave you there for a few moments. Does your mother have a message for you?
Yes.
What does she want to say to you?
She stuck her head in her hand because she was frightened she wouldn't be able to cope.
But she did, didn't she?
She did.
So what do you want to say back to her?
She did what she needed to do.
Yeah.
She handled it the best she could. We took care of Daddy when she'd gone. She knows.
Yeah. And she's happy to be with Daddy now, isn't she?
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
She does visit. She loves us all.
Yeah.
She loves me. Be happy.
Does she know you're having this treatment with me?
Yes.
And is she happy about that?
Very.
Good. Is she going to help during this session?
Yes.
Good. Well, we're very happy to have her here.
She's in the room. She's to your right.
I can feel her. Yeah. And I'm picking up on the emotion as well. Oh dear. Okay, so shall we speak to your father now?
Yeah.
And what does he have to say?
Good to see you, kiddo.
Is there anything you want to say to him?
I miss him, I miss his wisdom. I see him in the boys. He taught me a lot. I'm finding out he taught me more than I realised.
Mm. What did he teach you?
Depth of understanding. He was a deep thinker, but not a few words. But he saw through things.
Yeah.
And he could weigh people up.
So a natural intuition.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so is there anything else he wants to say to you?
He tells me I'm strong.
Has he any guidance as to where you should go next with your business?
I've got to do what's right. Make sure people are okay. And then get that done and move on.
Does he see you actually working with horses?
Bloody things. He's telling me you could tell me not to and I'd do it anyway. Oh, I do. Oh.
So is he happy where he is now?
He is.
Yeah. He's very happy to see your mother as well, isn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah. Okay.
He always missed her.
Yeah. So when he passed over, was she there waiting for him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she helped him get to where he is now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Is he aware that we're doing this session now and I'm here in the room?
Yes.
And is he going to stay with us as well? Or
He'll
is
stay in the background. He'll step in if he needs to.
Okay, good. Right. Well, he's going to be in the background, but it's your mother who's actually going to help a bit more, I think, because I can really feel her. Can you connect with your mother again?
Yes.
Okay, can she explain a little bit about how she became a star? When she passed over, could she go through the experience that happened to her?
Yeah. Her parents came. Her parents came for her. And she lifted out of her body.
So she saw her parents
She saw
before
them.
she actually passed over?
Yes.
Okay. And what sort of form were they in? Were they looking the age they were when they passed over, or did they look younger?
They looked in their prime. They weren't frail, they were strong. They were in their prime.
Okay.
They weren't young teenagers, but 30s, 40s.
Okay, carry on. So they came to get her, and what happened then?
She left her body.
Did she feel any discomfort at that point?
No, she didn't. It felt like she was being released. Power came. It was like an upsurge of energy from her heart up and out of her body.
Right. So was anybody around her when she actually passed over?
Harriet and I were with her.
Okay, so where were you sitting when she
I was on Mum's right.
Okay, and Harry was on her left. Where was her mother and father with the positions of where you were?
They were in the ceiling above her feet, in a vortex.
Okay. So how did they get through the vortex?
They waited in the vortex, in the opening of the vortex. At first, she just saw their faces.
Okay. So where did the vortex lead to?
The vortex is dark. She's with them. She was floating up. It's dark. She's in the field.
In a field?
Yes, it's like a tunnel, and she's in a field with her parents.
Do you mean like a green field?
Yes.
Or okay.
And then they're in a room. It's like there's a room in a cabin.
Okay.
And there are other people.
Is this people she knows?
Yes, these are my great-grandparents.
Right.
And they're there, they're welcoming her. They're in humanoid form.
Is that so that you can recognise them, or are they actually?
Yes, so she knows who's who.
Does she know what their true form is? What they look like?
She's realising it because she knows that she's in a different form. She's light, and they're humanoid shaped. It looks like a physical body, but they're radiant.
Right, so it's like a blueprint of the physical body, but just light. Yeah, okay. And is she in that form now as well? No.
She went over, and she was just like a little star. A little star.
Right.
And they recognise her. And then she's now taking on the form of them, and they're telling her she needs healing.
Okay, can I just go back? As she's going through that vortex, what did that feel like? She said that her heart opened up, it's like a lot of energy coming in.
Yes.
So when she actually went through the vortex, what did that feel like?
Whoosh.
Very quick then, was it?
Yes.
Okay, and did she realise what had happened? Did she realise she'd actually passed over?
Yes.
Okay, good.
She wasn't fighting it. She knew it was time.
So was she happy that you were okay with her going?
Yes.
So she didn't feel like she had to stay any longer?
No. She knew we were behind her going.
Can you tell me what's happening now?
She needs the healing. I told her it's like R&R. You need to heal, and then we can show you this world.
Right.
She needs time to heal properly and to adjust.
Right.
And to learn what the new world is all about.
What does she do next then? Do they guide her to somewhere, or is she to stay in that cabin?
No, they guide her. It was like a little meeting room.
So where does she go on from there then? What happens next?
They take her coming out the other side. They're in the meadow, and some rolling hills in the background. It's beautiful. This is the place that she will stay and heal. She will have somewhere to rest and be looked after, and they will be around, and they will help her. Each will visit.
Yeah. So when you say she's resting, how does she rest? Is she lying down, or is she just sitting, or what's happening?
It's almost like levitation. She
Okay.
moves, flies around slowly.
Okay.
Slowly at first. And they're with her, just guiding.
Yeah.
And pointing things out.
Right. And how's she feeling when she's in the field?
Better, lighter, pain-free.
Yeah.
Glad to see her parents. Father's on the right and mother's on the left.
The visions that you're getting now, is your mother actually connecting with you and giving you these thoughts, these images?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Is it possible for her to actually have a part of her still on the earth, or is she fully whole there healing?
She's whole there healing.
Okay. What happens next then?
There's somebody who has got a great deal of healing power. There's an aura around this person, well, I say person, this light being.
So is that like a humanoid still, or is that changed shape?
It's changed shape. It can move.
So it's like an orb, is it?
Yes, it's an orb that can change. Sometimes it's longer, ellipsoid, even sort of cigar shaped, depending on, it seems to change shape according to the intensity of what's coming from it in the way of healing.
Right.
As the colour seems to deepen.
So what colour is it, the aura?
The aura is, it goes from a pale lilac to a deep, deep violet.
Right. So you say that it changes colour, it just changes with the shades, or it does actually change to a different colour, do you mean?
The core stays the same. There's always the white in the core. It's a beautiful sparkly white, like sparklers. And the aura changes around the outside as it changes shape.
Right. Does your mother actually see the same thing as what you're seeing as a human now, or does she see it differently?
No, she sees differently now. She sees the stars. She sees I say soul. I don't know if the soul is necessarily the right word, but
Essence?
yes,
would it be?
the individual essence of each person within the star. It's a sense as well as a visual thing. It's a feeling.
All right, so she's having this healing of what can be described as an orb. So what happens after that when she's had the healing?
I think she starts to explore this. Her parents are telling her, and her relatives are telling her how people are different here. How they are all more sentient. They don't need the physical form. They feel and see beyond what we can feel and see on Earth.
Right.
It's more sentient. Collective is maybe not the right word, but everybody is part of a huge community.
Yeah. Would that be the source?
Yeah.
So how is it described on that side?
She says the best phrase she thinks is universal power, but it's a power of love.
Okay. So has that universal power, has that got a light? I mean, if you could describe it.
I'm talking and seeing her. I came through the vortex. They're on a level. Everything is on a level. But there's like a lift. It's like a channel, an upward circular channel, which goes to different layers.
Right.
It goes up, and you can see. I look up. I just see that the sky is white. It's a whole area which is white, which is filled with thousands and thousands and thousands of little stars.
And what are these stars?
Beings.
So are these beings that have actually come to Earth, or have they not necessarily been born? They're just there.
Some have been. They can go up. She says you can go up, and you can come down. Some don't want to come down anymore, and they're all part of the universe. Surrounds the Earth, and they all see what's happening. And some things they can help to control, and some things they don't, because it has to happen to learn. There are rules of interruption. So there's some things that we might want to help with, but it has to be.
So is the higher self in control of that?
Not when we're on Earth.
But we can connect to the higher self.
We can.
So for somebody who's on Earth, where is the higher self?
The higher self is up with them.
Right, so is the higher self actually a star?
Yes. Yes, it's the higher self. She's telling me that the higher self is maintained, looked after by those who stay behind up there.
When you say stay behind, what do you mean? Instead of going up to that top level?
No, they stay off Earth. They don't come back down.
Right, I see what you mean. Okay. Right.
If somebody wants to come back down to Earth, their higher self remains up and guarded, looked after, while the rest of the soul comes back down to Earth.
So is it all just for learning that they come here?
Yes.
So what happens when they've actually learnt and they go back? What happens to that knowledge? Does it go into the community and everybody learns?
She's saying yes, it does, but it's one of those things where there has to be enough people who've experienced the same thing for it to be more than interesting.
Right. Do souls actually find it interesting to come to Earth?
Yes.
Do they realise what they're going into before they're born?
Yes.
Is there a certain amount of being bored as a soul? That's why they want to come here?
Yes.
Because it's exciting, right? How does she spend most of her time? What is she doing there?
She's learning.
What is she learning about?
She's listening and sharing and learning from others' experiences, from where she may not have had that experience herself. So she can hear what's being said, what the thoughts and experiences are, and add her own experiences. It's like a universal chatter. And then they can decide if they want to come and experience something that they've heard about but might want to actually experience, or they can stay.
So she can hear all the chatter from people on Earth as well as out there, the other stars. Is that what she means?
She hears the chatter up in the universe.
Up there, but is it from humans on this planet or
It's from stars.
the stars, right? So she's
been.
connecting with them.
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say that's a lot of chatter if she's listening to everybody on Earth.
Yes.
When souls actually come down to the planet, do they pick their parents?
She's telling me they kind of pick the experience, and that can sometimes mean that the experience is more important than who they're with. Other times they want to follow, they want to be with.
So in her case, did she pick her parents?
Yes.
Why did she pick her parents? Do a mother first.
She said that's a complex one because I loved her, but she was difficult and I had to learn patience.
What about her father?
Adored her father.
So why did she want to be his daughter?
She felt she needed his support to learn what she needed to learn.
So did she pick them because they were a couple, or was it just because she wanted to pick one of them and the other one kind of came along as a bonus, or how does it work?
She needed to be more patient. Her father was her rock, was the person that she knew would help her with the challenge. And her mother was then there. Her mother wasn't her choice. Her mother was there because she was then attached to my mum's father.
Did she feel like she learnt the lessons that she was supposed to learn or wanted to go and learn?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was good. So what about you? Why did you pick her as a mother?
Oh, because she's very loving, but she's not smothering. And she's wise.
Did you connect with her before you came down? Was there like an agreement with her?
She's telling me no.
Did she know that she was going to have you as a soul, as a daughter, before you got there on a higher level?
Yes.
An agreement had been made then, had it?
Yes.
Or, yeah, okay. So what about your father? Why did you pick him as a father? Was it just that he was attached to your mother, or was there a reason?
His quiet strength.
So that boils down to patience as well, doesn't it?
Yes. My mum was still learning her patience when I was around. When we were together, she was still learning patience.
Yeah.
She said, I spent my whole life learning it.
And how's she doing with that now?
Now she feels she's calm, she's smiling.
Good. Is she going to come back again?
She doesn't think so.
No. Does she know about the shift that's on the planet, the energy shift? We're getting more energy coming into the planet, lifting the consciousness. Does she know anything about that?
She sees it. She says I'm not actively involved, but I see. She says there are others more elevated than her. They're responsible for that.
She was showing you the different layers in that kind of portal as you look up. It's just that we humans actually work in levels and it's a bit easier to explain. So what level is she on? Because we look at dimensions. Is she actually on a different dimension, or is she on a different level within the same dimension? How does it work? Does she know?
They're all part of the whole, but everybody finds an area that they feel comfortable with, and quite often it is with familiar souls. And there are those who are more enlightened, more experienced, and they are the ones who work on this shift. She said all of them may be called upon to visit again. They may be required to support in other ways. She says, I much prefer to do it my way and be around you and give you a poke in the ribs when you need it. She says, I've never been very good at doing it, I'm told.
If she came back then, would she still be attached to you? Would she go into your family line? Yeah. So it's a definite soul group that you're in with your mother and, the others, your family.
Yeah.
That right, okay, because it's not always a soul group, that's why I asked. Can we carry on asking questions about life, or do you want to actually go into a regression and just have a stand to the side for the moment?
She's quite interested to see what I learned. I'll sit in the background and watch.
Okay, so she's all right if we call her in again then at some point? Okay, that's lovely.
Animal's eyes. It's Millie.
Millie, did you say?
Yeah.
So is she as a horse? What can you see?
She's like a horse.
Yeah.
Feels like she's in spirit.
So what can you see?
Sort of smoke. Destruction. Teepees on fire. Camps wrecked.
There's Millie in that scene that you can see.
She's by me to my right.
Right.
She was shot with an arrow through the heart.
So can you actually see her body?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But she's with me. I'm Red Indian.
So who's attacked you?
Warring tribe. We are Cherokee.
Right.
I'm a Cherokee brave.
Before we look at anything else, I just want you to look at yourself. So if you look down, can you see your feet?
Yes.
Can you describe them to me?
They're bound in hide,
Mm.
like boots, like moccasins.
Right. Okay, so as you hold your hands out in front of you, can you describe your hands?
Tanned, calloused,
Mm.
strong. I have marks. I have paint and blood on my hands.
Is that because of what's happening at the moment?
Yeah. I've her blood on my hands.
So you've been holding her?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the paint?
War paint.
War paint. So can you describe the symbol or whatever you've done on your hand?
It's on the back of my hands.
Mm.
It's like a claw. To try and make my hand look like a claw.
Right. And what colour is it?
Black.
Where did you get the black paint?
Mixed it with soot from the fire.
Okay. Is there any jewellery on the wrists or anything like that?
I have beads. And I have a feather in my bead bracelet.
Mm.
That's black. I have marks across my arms. I made them with my fingers, working up my arms.
Why did you do that?
It's war paint, it frightens others.
Why do you want to frighten others?
We don't want them here, this is our land.
Right. Okay. Just looking at your body, what are you actually wearing?
Loincloth.
Yeah.
I have a belt with a little tomahawk
Right.
that hangs on my right. I have a warrior's breastplate, which is made from wood. Lots of bits of wood that have been knotted together. So it's narrower at my waist. And it's held by leather straps that come over my back and across and round and tie in front.
Right. So I just want to confirm, are you male or female?
Male.
You're male. Okay. So is there anything around your neck? Any kind of jewellery?
I have a thong with feathers, black feathers.
Right. And looking at your face and your hair, can you just describe yourself?
I've got a strong aquiline nose. I have black hair, black eyebrows. I'm broad in the cheekbones. I have no other facial hair. My hair is braided. It's tied back and braided.
Is it just one braid?
No, I have several.
Who's done that for you?
One of the women in the village. She's one I will marry.
Right. How old are you?
23.
Do you know what year you're in?
No.
Okay. Do you know which land you're on? Whereabouts is it?
In the middle,
Right.
below the big mountains. I have mountains and plains. Plains are not vast here. The
Right.
big plains are below us.
Have you ever seen a map?
No.
So what's happening now? What can you see?
I'm on the top of a hill looking down into the area where our camp is and looking at the destruction. We were drawn out and they attacked us and the camp. They want our land.
Right.
It's good land.
Okay. So what's happened? Have they actually won or?
We've taken many losses.
Right.
We will rebuild. They've gone for now.
Okay. Can you just describe what they look like, what they're wearing?
They're similar to us, but they shave their heads apart from the middle, the top knot.
So are they like
Mohican.
mohawk? Yeah, okay. Right.
They're fierce.
But so are you.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So just going back to where you are then, you're on the top of the mountain, you're looking down, or did you say hill?
Hill.
Hill, sorry.
Mountains are above us.
Yeah. So what's happening now? What can you see?
People in the camp are trying to put out the fires now that they've gone. We are all gathering again, seeing what our losses are, seeing what we can reclaim, what we need to do, who we need to build pyres for.
And what about the horses? You said that Millie was next to you.
He's brave.
Can you talk more about that?
We have lost many. Horses are precious. We have some who are wounded. We have some we'll have to put into foal. We need our horses.
But Millie got an arrow through her, so can you still feel her at the side of you?
Yeah.
Can you still communicate with her?
Yes.
Okay. How long will she stay with you?
Forever.
Right. What else can you see? What's happening now?
Wailing. Hear the wailing.
It's very upsetting, isn't it? Have you lost anybody else who's close to you?
I'm not sure yet. I think we will have to have a new leader.
So the leader's
I
gone.
think we have lost our chief.
Yeah. So is there anybody there that people are thinking should take over?
Me.
Oh,
His
right.
son.
Ah, so you're the chief's son. Do you know what your name is?
QHHT.
Right. And are you going to take that role on?
I have to.
Do you feel strong enough to do that?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so just moving away from that scene for a moment, I want you to go to the actual place where you live. I know it's in that village and I know you've got something that may have just been burnt down, but can you just go to there? I want you to look at it from the outside, the place where you live, and just describe it.
We are in a wide canyon. There is a water, a river that runs through it. That's on the left as I'm looking down. We have, in the middle, we have the big teepees, the chief's family. It's surrounded by groups of other teepees. We have the medicine man, he's on the right. We have a point that we normally come through to enter this camp. It's not guarded, but it's because of the layout of the canyon, it's the way we normally come in. And the chief's door opens towards that route.
So there's only one way in and one way out, is that what you're
Of the
saying?
canyon, yes.
Yeah, okay. So do you feel like that might be a bit of a trap, or do you feel that's safe?
It wasn't guarded well enough. They can't come down the hills. They can't come down the sides. But it can be a trap if it isn't guarded well enough.
So are you going to change that?
Yes.
Yeah. So as you actually go into your teepee, I just want you to describe what's inside.
There are skins on the floor. Warm skins. There's a fire pit in the middle. That's where the women tend. We sit around. We have logs.
Yeah.
Logs. We cover them with rugs and we sit on them. We talk around the fire. And towards the edge, We have piles of skins. There are beds.
Right. So how many of you live together in that teepee?
In that teepee we have 6. It's big.
So who do you live with?
My father, my mother, me, my brother, my sister. And we have there's a lady who helps my mother look after all of us.
Okay, good. So is your mother all right? Has she been hurt in the fighting?
My mother's alive.
Yeah, good. What about your brother and your sister?
They're too young to fight.
Right.
She hid them. My mother hid them.
Where did she hide them?
She hid them under rugs.
Oh, good. You've got the fire in there, but at night when it goes dark, how do you light the teepee?
We have fabrics which have been knotted, rolled all together, and they've been burnt in an oil, and they burn in dishes. They're rolled really tight, so they take a long time to burn, and they just sit in a dish.
Right, good. Okay, so how do you spend the majority of your time in the day? What do you do?
We tend the horses, we sharpen the tools, we hunt. The women skin animals, tan the hides, dry the food, cook the food. We tend to sick animals.
Okay, so when you actually hunt, I'd like to know more information about that. So can you go to a point where you're actually hunting? And I want you to tell me what you see. Are you there on your own or?
No.
Okay, so how
We
many?
hunt in groups.
So
Depends what we're hunting. Some may fish. We usually start the younger boys fishing.
okay, so how do you teach them how to fish? What do you use?
Spears. They have to wade into the river and learn to be still.
So it's just a spear actually just going down on the fish and spearing them?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so...
They need to learn how to use a spear. It's
Okay.
our primary tool when hunting.
All right, if you go, give me an example of when you're hunting and it's something really big and just tell me what you're seeing.
Buffalo.
How do you hunt those?
We try to tie them. We try to split the herd. We separate one, and then we all use our spears to bring it down. We need strong, brave horses for this.
When you've actually brought it down, how do you get it back to the camp?
We drag it.
What do you drag it on?
Ropes made from hide.
When you actually hunt for the buffalo or any animal, do you actually give thanks to it or anything like that? Do you communicate
Always.
with it?
When we bring the animal down, we have a song. It's a chant, a song, and it is to give thanks that this animal has given up its life to keep us alive. We give one when we bring it down. We chant then before we take it away. The buffalo are so big we have to drag or put them on a pallet if we have one. Other animals we can mount on some of the horses. And they're thanked again once they come to camp. The women sing and chant as they skin the animals.
Does the animal know that it's been chosen before you actually go for it and hunt it down? Do you
Yes.
communicate with it? Do you ask if it can be brought down and eaten?
It's not so much an asking, it's more of a telling. But we always tell them we will honour them.
And do they communicate back to you?
Some give up easier than others. Some will fight. Some will take some arrows and run back, and it's not their time, they won't give in. Others, a couple of arrows and spears, they'll drop.
Okay, and they're happy to do that?
Yeah, it is their time.
Yeah. I want you to go back to the camp now, and I want you to tell me what you're seeing.
Busyness. Busy, even in the grief. There are people being busy. I see the witch doctor has come out. Our medicine man, he's out by his hunt. He's ready. He's ready. Waiting. He knows he's going to be busy. He has his fire and his herbs.
Can you give me an example of when he's actually treating somebody, of what he does? If you can just pick somebody you know there who is going to treat, can you just run through that and describe it?
He has many leaves and dried herbs that he makes a poultice from. Sometimes he chews these and then spits them out and puts the lump on their skin and then puts a simple bandage on. That might be for a knife wound. Other times, if he has to remove things from their body, he will have them in the hut and he burns herbs and he takes their minds to another level so that he can do what he needs to do. And we hear the screams, but he does it.
How does he take them to another level?
The herbs.
Right, I see. Yeah. Do you know what the herbs are?
I don't know their names. There are some with pods with seeds in. I can see a long green pod, it has black seeds inside. He uses some of those seeds. There are others that are spiky. Some that look like men's hands that are green. And he uses certain berries as well. Sometimes he disappears for a couple of days collecting these.
Okay, so he takes them to a different level, to a different state. And what does he do then? It just heals naturally, does it?
No, that's when he uses those like an anaesthetic so he can lessen their pain and their awareness. If he has to remove a limb, or a limb is partially severed off and he has to take the rest.
And how does he do that? Does he have really sharp knives, or how does he do it? Yeah.
He has many knives.
Okay.
He has some big knives like the tomahawks.
Good.
There's some very small knives, really fine knives, like needles.
Okay, so if he had to do that, how would he actually seal the leg if he had to cut part of the leg off?
Fire. He cauterizes it. He heats. It's like a plate. And binds it. Packs it with weeds. Wet herbs and weeds. And then binds it to let it heal.
Right. What I want you to do now is to leave that scene. So I want to move you forward to an important day, and I want you to go there now and tell me what you see.
Everybody. The whole tribe is here. Everybody, the warriors are all dressed up with their feathers, their braids, their chest plates like they're going to war. But they're not. They're celebrating.
Okay, so what's happened?
I'm being made chief.
Oh, okay. So how old are you now?
I'm 25.
Okay. So it's a big celebration then?
Yes, much food cooking.
Good. And what are you wearing?
I have a very big headdress on my head.
Can you describe that?
Yes. It's leather around my head, and attached to it are black feathers. These are from my father's headdress. These are big plumes, and that radiates around from ear to ear.
Mm.
And I have his collar. His collar. This is of our tribe. This passes through our tribe. Every leader has this. And this sits around my neck, covering my chest. And the back is leather. It has woven braids of leather going from one side, all looping round to the other side. And it has some stones which have been pierced. They're beautiful stones that have been sharpened into like teeth, and they're attached to those leather pieces that go from side to side. And they fill it. They're a dark, dark rock, almost black.
Right. What about your wrists? Anything on there?
Yes, I have similar plates which go from my wrists almost to my elbows.
Mm.
And they're leather with bindings. The rocks don't dangle on this though. The rocks are only on the front part of my forearm.
Right.
The lacings are at the back.
What about your feet and your legs? Anything on there?
No, I have my loincloth, but I have a similar belt. It's like a small version of my collar. That's on the front. And I have a scabbard, which was my father's. This is the chief's scabbard.
Okay. How are you feeling?
Proud, happy, sad. It's my tribe now.
Yeah. Have you got another horse now?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. A good horse. I still have Millie, she still walks with me. Not as wise as Millie, not as good, not as brave with the buffalo.
No. But you can train it, can't you? You can.
Yes.
Yeah. So where did you get that horse from? What happened? Was it passed to you?
No, I took this one on a raid. I took it because it looks like Millie.
Okay. And is Millie happy about that?
Yes.
Yeah. Did she help you pick him?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. All right, so let's move away from that celebration now. Leave that vision behind you, and I want you to go to another important day. An important day where you regard something is really big happening. And I want you to go there now and tell me what you see.
We're having a meeting.
Whereabouts are you?
We're out in the open plains, we wouldn't have it anywhere else. There is my tribe. It has taken us 2 years to fully recover. But we are meeting with the tribe that we warred with. We have to agree grounds, otherwise there will be another war.
So how's it going? What's happening?
We are there. We have our best warriors, best horses, all of our spears shining and dazzling in the sun. We look fierce, as do they.
Okay, how many are there of you?
We have 250 men.
Right, so they're all there with you.
Yes.
Are
We
the
have some at the camp, the younger boys, the ones who aren't yet fit for war. They're with some of the older warriors. They're guarding the camp.
The tribe that you're meeting with, how many are there of them?
They are similar in number.
Okay. So is it you that's talking to the chief?
Yes.
So what's happening?
Our formation is a V, theirs is a V also. We stop 800 yards or so from each other. And we go forward. There is he, there is myself. I have 4 men with me, as does he.
Is that 2 at each side or?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And we walk forward. And we will make a little bivouac. We will sit around. One will guard the horses. I will have one on either side and one behind me, he also. And we will agree.
So I want to just move you a little bit forward now to when you've actually agreed terms, and I just want you to tell me what's been agreed.
We both have the river. We have the river to one point, he has it from then onwards. We both need the river. We will remain in our canyon. We have the field, the hunting fields, which are to the south of us and to the east of us, the rivers to the west. There are our lands. The land we met in is the land dividing us. He will have the area that is north of us.
And the hunting fields, there'll be something.
His hunting fields are on the east, on the other side of the river.
Okay, are you both happy with the agreement?
Yes.
Okay, so how old are you now?
25.
So it's more or less straight away from when you became chief.
Yes.
Yeah. What's happening now?
We hope to trust them. We drink beer. We toast. We draw the map in the floor. We have our men go out and put markers, stone markers, on the lines.
On the territory.
So we can see where these are. They should not be passed without invitation.
Do you think you will actually communicate with them again? You know, will you get together?
We hope to trade. We have more buffalo. They like our buffalo. Everyone likes buffalo. But they have other things that they can trade with us. Their fishing is better, and they're also upriver. And they have lots of stones which the women like for jewellery.
Okay, so it's a nice balance, really. Leaving that scene behind you then, I want you to move to the last day of your life in that life. And I want you to go there now and tell me what you see.
I'm in my hut, in my teepee.
Yeah.
I'm on a bed of buffalo hide. It's soft, it's very soft, but I ache.
Where do you ache?
I ache all over. I'm tired and old.
How old are you?
57.
Right. So what's happened to make you be aching all over?
I'm old for our tribe. It's a hard life. I have many old wounds, broken bones. I'm aged. I've been injured in the past, but not enough to kill me.
Who's around you?
My family.
Who is your family?
I have 3 wives. I have grown sons and daughters, and I have a baby son too. He is walking.
Is there anyone in particular that's next to you on the right?
My first wife,
What's her name?
Cinque.
And where are the other 2?
Next to her, on my right.
Good.
In order. Wife 1, 2 and 3.
So how many wives can you actually take?
As many as I like.
And do they all sleep together in the same teepee as you?
No, they have their own. One wife will sleep with me.
Which wife is that?
Cinque.
Okay. What's happening now?
My oldest son, Hava, he is on my left. He will take over. He will be the next chief.
And are you happy about that?
Yes, he's a wise boy.
Good.
He's a strong man.
All right, so you feel like you're aching at the moment. So just tell me what's happening. You've got all your family around you. Just want to move you on slightly so we can see what happens.
I'm at peace.
So have you actually passed over now?
No, I will soon.
So you feel good about where you're going?
I feel good about what I've done. The tribe is good. They're in good hands. My son is a good man.
Right.
I know I can leave them. My job's done.
Good. All right, I want to move you forward to the time when you're actually passing over. And tell me if there's anybody with you, if anybody's shown up just before you pass.
Right, Millie.
Oh, Millie. So, where can you see her?
She's by my bed.
Hmm.
I rise from my body. I'm on her back. Oh, and we ride. Oh, we're young again. We're unbound and free. We fly like the wind.
Whereabouts are you? Are you on Earth? Can you see Earth as you're doing this?
We climb through the skies.
Hmm.
The earth is below us. We're made of light. Oh. She takes me to the heavens.
Keep describing to me what you're seeing.
Oh. The earth is smaller. The smaller it fades beneath us, we're galloping. We fly. Oh, it becomes smooth, we fly. In the stars. Oh, we fly up to the stars. I'm surrounded by stars. Oh, the stars, the people, they're spirits. I see are inside all the stars that surround us. Oh, wow.
So is she taking you to a particular star?
Oh, it's pitch. We're surrounded at the moment. We're absolutely surrounded. Oh, she is. This mum.
So is she meeting Millie? Does she know Millie?
Yes.
So what happens to you now? What can you see?
Many hellos. Many hellos. I'm feeling the spirits of all the warriors of the tribe behind me. Those who lost their lives in battle.
Mm.
Some of the children that died. The women.
Yeah.
I feel them all.
Mm.
They're there.
And you say they're behind you.
Yes.
If you turn round, can you see them?
Yes.
Can you describe them?
Behind and to the side also.
Yeah.
I see them as bright stars at the moment. I'm seeing them like my mum saw her family. There's almost a transparent image over the front of how they looked on Earth to help me know who is who.
Yeah.
Once I feel them, they no longer need that image.
But they're all stars, are they?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Are you in the middle of the stars, or you said you're surrounded by them? Where are you positioned?
If I had to put it on the concept of levels or depth, I'm at the beginning, I'm at the lower level. The big light, the big congregation of them is above me.
Hmm. Do you know where you've got to go next?
My mum's going to take me. She's going to take me through and go with her. It's darker. There are no stars in this bit, it's like a dark tunnel. And we come through and we're in the fields where she came to.
Okay, so was that dark, like a tunnel, was it like a portal
Yes.
that you've just been through? Okay. So you're in the field where she was before. So what's happening now?
This is the healing place. This is where we will be healed.
When you say we, who do you mean?
Me and Millie.
So Millie's not been there yet. She stayed with you.
She stayed
did
with
she?
me.
Okay. So tell me what's happening now.
Millie's grazing. Mum is telling me what will happen, who will visit, what we will learn, people I will talk to. She tells me about the great healer and other people I will visit and I will talk to and tell them about my life as it was.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to move you forward from that scene, and I want you to go to when you've been healed and where you are then and what you see. I want you to go there now.
And with the stars. There are souls around me, stars around me that I feel their presence. I know who they were. It's like learning. It's very strange. It's hard to explain because I feel that I can hear everybody, but I don't know everybody.
Mm.
I can feel all these individual spirits, these individual souls, some of who I can feel them, but I've never met them before. But we have a camaraderie. It's not a place of judgment. It's not like warring tribes. It really is more like one big tribe.
Mm. Can you explain a bit more about it?
I'm free to go and find out, knowledge, to seek knowledge, to ask questions,
Right.
to share what I've learnt from my time on earth, what my experiences have been, and to find from others what they have experienced, what earth is all about, why we go there.
Okay. So now, as you are, what would your answer be to that? Why do you go to Earth?
We go to experience and we go to learn, because there are things that are taught on earth which are in a physical limitation. We don't have physical limitation up here. On earth, you experience aloneness. We have solitude, whereas it's different experience. It's a different existence to the existence of being a star.
Okay, so what will you do next?
I want to find out more about the experiences on earth, others' experiences.
So what are you going to do?
Communicate, ask questions. I'd also like to know more about how Earth was created.
Okay, do you want to go there now and find this knowledge out?
I have to ascend to the higher levels.
Okay, as you do that, can you describe to me what's happening?
I feel like I'm floating up, almost being sucked.
So have you made a communication to say that you want to go up there first, or are you just going?
It was one wish. Wow.
Can you share that well?
There's so much knowledge. I'm in a place in which the stars are close together, so it's like a dome, a bright white dome of light, and I can feel old souls, old knowledge, wisdom, and intelligence that is so profound. I can't take all of this in, my mind isn't great enough. It's not big enough. This is why it's up here.
Right.
You have to learn. You have to learn how to expand your mind even more and more to take all of this in.
Can you find out how, or have you got the knowledge there that can be shared with you as to how the universe actually started?
Gosh, I'm struggling with this. Gosh, this is constructs. These are constructs that have been put into these questions, which are limited by our understanding. It's much bigger than we can understand at this time. The universe is a consciousness that always has been. Things have been created by the consciousness.
So where did the consciousness come from in the beginning?
It's been here. It's always here.
What you're saying is we're in a massive brain, basically.
Yeah. This consciousness is absolutely huge.
So the source or God is actually a consciousness.
Yes.
And is there just this one consciousness,
Yes.
or are the others outside of that? It's just this one, is it?
There is this one. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. Earth is not the only thing this consciousness is responsible for.
What else is it responsible for?
What we would call aliens. Planets. The universe as we know it, and beyond.
So within that, I know there's a lot of questions where you are at the moment that could be answered, but I don't want to give you too much, you to take too much information in. I don't want to scramble you, but I want to know about the light and the dark. Now, it's very nice thinking about the light, but there's also darkness on this planet as well. Was that created by this consciousness? Or is that like a parasite that's come and it's just come
It's on the planet. It is created. Right. It's created by man. It's created by individuals and groups of individuals who, for one reason or another, become twisted and dark, often through pain and sorrow, but it has a purpose.
Can you explain that more? What is the purpose of that?
Without light, there is no dark. Without good, there is no evil. And people have to have... One of the lessons is choice. One of the lessons is where our lives go, what we should do. It's thinking about the impact and learning on the impact of others, other souls, what would happen. And some get carried away with that, they get twisted. They become evil.
Because I know there's like 1% of the planet on Earth is actually ruling the rest of the humanity. So are these the ones that you're talking about? These are the ones that are twisted?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything working then behind them?
That's something I have to learn about. I'm asking. They have their purpose. They need to have challenge.
The light and the dark, is that just on Earth or is that other places in the universe as well?
No, the higher consciousness is not to do with dark.
No.
No.
So is that just on planet Earth, or, I mean, for instance, Saturn, the planet Saturn, has that got darkness on there?
Yes. There are darknesses on the planet, on all the planets.
So we've all got to experience whichever planet we're on. We've got to experience the light and the dark.
Yes.
But consciousness is only light.
Yes.
Right, so the darkness came from beings, whichever planet they're on, being a bit twisted and bringing it on through pain, etc.
Pain, sorrow, corruption.
Okay.
But it is all learning.
Yeah.
It's all part of the balance.
Right, okay. Because I know that humans can sometimes get attachments, and souls that don't move on actually stay on the planet and stay with a human if they can actually attach to them.
Dark entities will. There are dark entities that will. They don't want to leave the planet.
So how can we overcome that? How can we actually send them on?
If they cannot attach, then we can help them attach to the light. They need to be sent to the light. They can be healed once they're in the light.
Right. So what's the best way of doing that?
To help them ascend, to free them, for people to protect themselves with white light. White light is powerful.
It's been actually put out there on the planet as well through certain people that the white light is a false light. And if you go into the white light, you can be recycled basically by the bad ones that have got this grid around the earth stopping you from getting to the light. Is that just a ploy by the dark ones to scare people, or is that a real... Right, it's not a real construct then?
No.
No, okay. What's happening with the dark at the moment? Is that coming down?
Light is winning. Light is increasing. It still is dark within the world. There's still a lot of dark within the world. But the light force is increasing. Consciousness is helping. The raising of consciousness is helping.
So as we rise in consciousness on this planet, is this raising the consciousness, the main consciousness?
The general of the earth, yes.
Yeah. Right, okay. Is the moon a real moon?
The moon is a light source. It's reflective. It's been placed.
Who's placed it there?
The consciousness placed it.
And why did it want to do that?
To reflect light.
Right. Going back to where you are at the moment, you're on the high levels. What can you see now?
Shimmering. It's like a waterfall of light. It's like being in a dome. As I look around, it makes my head hurt.
Do you want to pull away from it?
Yes.
Okay, so if you just come down again, away from it, so it's not so overwhelming. So you can see it in the distance and you're not actually in it. And just tell me what you're seeing.
It's really beautiful. It changes form, it's never constant. Sometimes it looks almost like a jellyfish, with all the fronds and feathers on the ends and just pulsating. And other times it looks quite solid.
Mm. And is it just white light, or has it got a tinge to it?
It has colours.
Right.
It has colours. It's really quite beautiful.
What colours can you see?
It's real pure white towards the top, but around the bottom, it's like there's beautiful white lights. And it's the auras around the white lights that go through the rainbow. It's these beautiful prisms of light.
Mm. So what are you doing now? Are you just looking at that?
Yes.
Do you want to come down a bit further and describe to me what you see?
Feel groups of people. Well, I say people, the souls, groups of souls and spirits.
Are these ones that you're familiar with, or?
There's some that I'm familiar with and some that I'm not, but it's all so welcoming, so friendly.
Good. From what you're saying, there's no individuality. It feels like you're all kind of together.
There is an individuality.
All
but
right.
it's mixed in. It's still part of a whole,
Hmm.
and it's very comforting to be part of that whole. There's none of the loneliness that you experience as a person, but
Okay.
there is the privacy.
You said you can go anywhere you want to. Can you go to different planets and just go and have a look?
I don't know about that yet.
Now I just want to check with her mother. She's still here in the room. Yeah. What did she think to that session?
Fascinating. Well,
Yeah.
she'd done it when she was alive on Earth, just to prepare her for where she is.